So we're back at it. The Premier League games are coming thick and fast again after an extended international break. And I'll be honest, after we beat West Ham, I was full of joy. I was thinking it's over. And then what do Ipswich go and do? Go and beat Bournemouth 2-1 away. For what it's worth, I still think we'll be okay. But it does give you a bit of the jitters, doesn't it? And you think, hold on, if we lose Saturday and then they keep winning and we don't pick up another win, it could happen. It's happened before. Stranger things have happened. But still, I'm very confident that we will survive this season despite that scare. And I'll be honest, I'm quite surprised at the gap we've got. I thought that Ipswich would keep up with us a lot more than they actually have. I expected Leicester and Southampton to be down there because I think they're both really poor teams at Premier League level. But yeah, Ipswich was showing a lot of fight, and at one stage I did get a bit worried, especially when they beat us at Molineux in Gary O'Neill's last game. I did get a bit worried that they would pip us to 17th and we'd actually go down. But fast forward to now, and it's looking a lot healthier, especially with we've got 7 points out of a possible 9 in the last 3, and we're playing pretty well. One little concern though is that Vitor Pereira and Luis Miguel have got a touchline ban for this game. They both got booked in the West Ham game. I think Vitor was at half time and Luis Miguel a bit later on, so they'll be sat up in the stands with an earpiece in. Will it make a difference? Probably not too much. But yeah, so there we go. It makes it a really exciting fixture now, because if Ipswich don't beat us, it's pretty much over. They've got to win to have any chance of staying up. We've actually only ever played Ipswich once in Premier League history, and we lost 2-1. Every other meeting we've had with them in the Premier League era has not been in the Premier League. We've played them in the Championship a lot. And actually our last league meeting we had against Ipswich at Portman Road, we beat them 1-0. A goal from Matt Doherty after 15 minutes under Nuno. It was the year we got promoted. And yeah, we come away winners that day, so hopefully you can repeat it. Obviously, we all remember the 3-2 loss in the League Cup when they were flying high in the Championship. We were 2-0 up, ended up losing 3-2. And that was Santi Bueno's debut, if you remember. And yeah, one to forget that was. There was a bit of a meltdown after that, I do remember. So another thing I want to mention now, while we're on the Doherty subject, obviously he got the winner last time we played him. These days he plies his trade at right centre-back. And I did a tribute video to Vitor Pereira yesterday. You may have seen it, saying thank you. And the one thing I missed out when bigging him up and saying how well he'd done for Wolves is the fact that he switched Matt Doherty from a right wing-back to a right centre-back. If you remember, towards the end of Gary O'Neill's reign, he was playing Semedo right centre-back and Doherty right wing-back. Vitor come in, switched it, and it's worked amazing ever since. And Doherty has kept that place at right centre-back ever since. And I thought he had a really good game against West Ham, actually, at right centre-back. I know Toti Gomez had a bit of a bad one. But while we're talking about this team, I think, again, pretty boring. But the starting 11, I can't see any reason why he'll change it. We've got a bit of consistency going and a bit of form going, so I think it will be the same 11 as we started against West Ham and obviously against Southampton, against Everton, and that's you can see on your screen there. Any possibilities of anyone coming in? Probably not, but Rodrigo Gomez and Guedes didn't make the bench against West Ham. I believe that was down to a slight niggling injuries, so they might get back on the bench for this game. I really want to see Rodrigo Gomez involved a lot more towards the end of the season, going into next, because I think he's got a big future in the starting 11. But let's see what happens with that one. In terms of a score prediction for this one, wow. Do you know what? My head, I always do head and heart, don't I? So let's try and be realistic and take emotion out of it. I think this will be a 2-2 draw, because I think Ipswich will be well up for it. No, they've got to win, but we'll be well up for it too. I think Ipswich beating Bournemouth will really get the lads up for it and Vitor Pereira up for it. I know, even if Ipswich would have lost to Bournemouth, I still think we'd have been well up for it, because obviously morale's high in the camp after beating West Ham, and Vitor's looking very passionate these days. But yeah, a 2-2 draw. Let's go with Strand Larsen to carry on his scoring form, getting the one. And let's say Manetzi finds his shooting boots after missing a few chances and gets West Ham and gets one as well. If I go with my heart, it's going to come in sooner rather than later. It's already happened once this year. Again, I'm going to be silly and say 4-1 Wolves. Let's go Manetzi, Larsen as well. And let's say a surprise scorer in a brace from Sarabia coming off the bench. Why not? Let's just be a bit out there and wild. There we go. That's my heart score prediction. But yeah, comment your thoughts down below. on what you're thinking going into this fixture. Are you worried that we might actually go down now after Bournemouth's win, or are you just like, nah, we'll be fine? That's what I think. But yeah, please like the video, please subscribe, and I'll catch you next video, everyone. Cheers for the support on the channel lately too. It's really appreciated.